Some very interesting news has hit the internet recently about the man, the myth, the legend himself. I actually feel disgusting even memeing about this, EDP445. So as most of you are going to immediately know by the title, from what we understand, EDP45 is actually dying. Now, obviously, we all know EDP445 as by far one of the most hated men to ever grace the internet. The man was tricked into meeting up with what he thought was a 13-year-old girl at an apartment complex, which ended up being a sting operation, which would result in him being investigated by the police, having multiple of his social media accounts banned, and being hated by pretty much the entire world. EDP445 has since gone through some very turbulent periods of his life, such as going through homelessness, not being able to find a job because people would find out who he was and then immediately fire him. He ended up having people following him around, getting him kicked out of hotels he was staying at, which in my opinion, those people were almost as degenerate as him. Personally, I think up until people started getting involved in EDP's personal life for content and stuff like that, after all of this happened, continuing to screw him over. Up until that point, I agreed with most of the things that people would say about him and the ways that people would feel about him. I still do, but when people started really getting involved in his interpersonal life and getting him kicked out of his residences and getting him fired from jobs, a lot of the time in the name of clout, like that's when I was just like, dude, what is even, this is just as degenerate, if not more so, than whatever the fuck he actually did. I understand the underlying intentions under what EDP445 did. I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just saying. People on the internet will see one person stoop low and then stoop just as low, and the rest of the internet will cheer them on about it. It's like, you guys are fucking hypocrites. This world is full of hypocrites. You know, let's try and be a little consistent. Would you honestly be this upset if this was a female that had done this to a boy, a younger boy? No, you probably wouldn't. I'm not saying one situation is worse than the other, but most of you out there would probably treat it like it is. Anyways, I'll go ahead and stop calling out literally everybody watching this video and go ahead and show you what EDP445 went ahead and said on his Instagram live the other day.
Yeah, I actually do have kidney failure. Stage 5.
So for those of you that don't know what stage 5 kidney failure is, I'll go ahead and read off a little description for you right now. A person with stage 5 chronic kidney disease has end-stage renal disease with a, I don't know that word, filtration rate of 15 milliliters per minute or less. At this advanced stage of kidney disease, the kidneys have lost nearly all their ability to do their job effectively, and eventually dialysis or a kidney transplant is needed to live. If this is true, which we'll get into the possibility of it not being true in a second, but if this is true, I mean, we're sitting in a position here where we're likely going to see EDP445 drop off the face of the planet in the next couple of years. As mentioned in this description, stage 5 kidney failure is not something you can live very long with unless you get dialysis or a kidney transplant. And based on what people would find after searching up EDP445's name on the internet, it's very unlikely to me that he's going to be getting a kidney donor, which is completely understandable because there are a lot of people on this planet that need a kidney to maybe live out the last couple of years of their life or the rest of their life that aren't going to go and touch kids, which we do know is repeated behavior of EDP445. He's come out recently saying he got his cupcake. This is a guy that I'm very conflicted on how to feel about because obviously this is somebody that doesn't give a shit what anybody thinks of him. This is the guy that knows what he's doing is morally reprehensible, and that's not even me moral thinking, and yet he continues to do so simply to get a rise out of the internet and the people around him. So it's like, if there's anybody that kind of had this coming, it's EDP. But I'm still torn because he's a dude. He's just another human being, you know what I mean? It is difficult to actually celebrate the potential death of another human being. I don't know, maybe some of you are actually just fucking degenerate, but anyways, like I briefly mentioned earlier, I did want to touch on the possibility of this just not being real, like him lying about this. We know EDP has been relentlessly trying to maintain the career that he had built for himself on YouTube after his bans, desperately trying to claw his way out of the hole he dug himself, and honestly, he's not done a bad job. Like, I hate the guy, I really do. I hate everything about him, but I can't deny the fact that he's actually somehow broken the fucking system, become a pedophile, and still managed to gain an audience. It's insanity. I don't get it. I don't get it. He has to be hacking the algorithm or something. I just don't get it. So that's just one of my theories about whether this is true or not. We've seen it time and time again, social media stars, or ex-social media stars for that matter, doing crazy shit, saying crazy shit, just to get a rise out of people and bring more attention to their name. Wow, honestly, I thought I'd have more to say about this video topic, but I really don't. He kind of just came out with a video clip saying that he's dying, and that's kind of it. Personally, I don't know the guy, so whatever happens, happens, and it doesn't personally affect me. I don't know if that sounds grim or not, but it just doesn't affect me. I just can't see myself hopping on the internet bandwagon of celebrating his death. Like, this This just seems kind of degenerate to me. Then again, it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be the modern internet age if it wasn't degenerate, right? Anyways, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing and turning notifications on. Let me know down below what you think of this situation. If you agree with me, let me know. Disagree with me, let me know. I want to know what you guys think. And with all that out of the way, I'm out of here. Peace.